I want to talk about a trick that I want to learn better, which is the Nollie heel flip. Um, I've been able to Nollie heel flip for about 2 years now, but it's always been a really hard trick because uh, I can never make it pop high enough and catch it in the air. I usually have trouble with that. So I've been working on that a lot recently. I've been trying to focus on first popping it in the air, just like doing a regular nollie, and then after I slide my foot up the board, just flipping it off the side. So I've been kind of taking that approach of doing the nollie first, and then when it's up in the air, then I just try to flick my foot off. But it's still pretty bad, so that's one trick I've been trying to improve on recently. And then a trick that I really want to land is a nollie nose manual nollie flip out. And I've actually already landed it a handful of times, but I haven't been able to get it on film yet. So I want to, I'll probably get it in the next couple days or in the next week, and probably post it on YouTube whenever I get it. And then a trick that I've gotten very close to doing, but I've never actually successfully done before, is a nollie flip nose manual. I've done the nollie flip, and then I've landed in nose manual and held the nose manual for just a couple seconds, and then lost my balance, and I never actually landed it. But I don't know if I'm gonna be practicing that one again. I usually, sometimes I try it just randomly, and I've done a switch flip manual before, which I have posted on my YouTube channel already. The switch flip manual took a long time to learn. It took me probably about 3 or 4 months to actually get it, and I've only landed like 4 of them, or three or four in my whole life. But the best one I did is the one that I have filmed, that I have posted, and I've been working on that one a little more. My switch flips have been feeling a little better recently. One thing that I've been doing differently with my switch flips, which I think has actually helped improve them, is I kind of change my stance so that it looks more switch. So, whenever people do like switch heels or switch kick flips or any kind of switch tricks, their shoulders are kind of turned back, so that they're sort of like doing the trick and they kind of are standing backwards, if that makes any sense. So I'm sort of doing that with the switch flip recently, and instead of with my front foot pointed towards the nose, I'm sort of pointing my foot backwards a little bit, and it's helping me flip the board easier. So that's been really good. Another thing I'd like to talk about is a trick that I've always pretty much had on lock, and it's always felt pretty good, and that's just the regular kickflip. I don't know why, but kickflips have always been a pretty easy trick. It's kind of my favorite trick because it's so easy. Usually when I do kickflips, I put my front foot right behind the bolts on the skateboard, and I put my toe about an inch away from the other side of the board. So it's not like an ollie. It's where my foot is is basically flush with my toe is flush with the edge of the skateboard. With the kickflip, it's about an inch away from that edge. So kickflips have always been pretty comfortable. Never really had any issues with them. I've always been able to catch them with my back foot usually. And then I would also like to talk about steezy tray flips. So I've received some questions about how to do steezy trays from the video I posted of my first steezy tray flip. So the name steezy basically is a combination of two words, which are style and ease. And so it's doing a tray flip with style and doing it easily. But the key to doing a steezy tray flip is basically there are basically two main parts to it. And the first part is keeping your back leg straight. I think usually when people do steezy tray flips, their back leg is straight. So they pop the board and then immediately their leg straightens out and it remains straight while they're in the air and the board is flipping below them. Your front leg does not need to be straight. It can be bent. And the second main component is to catch the board with your front foot. So you pop the board and some people use the word scoop, but it's more of a pop. It depends, I guess, on how you want to do it. You can do it more like a scoop if you want, or you can do it more like a pop, and the board might pop higher if you pop it. Like when you use the word scoop, I think that's a more appropriate word for the impossible. The impossible is more of a trick that you scoop. It's absolutely scooping it with your back foot. I can do impossibles. I'm not that consistent at them, but I can do them. But it's not the same at all as a tray flip. But yeah, with the steezy tray, you want to pop the board with your back foot, send it spinning 360 shove it motion, and then your front foot, it doesn't do a lot. If it does anything, it's very minimal. But basically your front foot kind of moves off of the board. It does flip the board in a kickflip motion. So I think it does do a very small amount to flip the board in a kickflip motion. And so you have the kickflip and the 360 shove it, and then you can simply catch the board with your front foot. When I was practicing steezy trays, first of all, the steezy tray took me about 3 months to learn. It was a very hard trick to learn. I knew how to do tray flips, normal tray flips, without keeping my back leg straight, without the steezy part for many years, but I never learned how to do steezy tray until 3 years ago. And yeah, so you focus on keeping your back leg straight. You have to just force it to be straight and practice the flipping motion over and over, and just land on your board with one foot. And then when you can do that comfortably and it becomes more second nature, then you can commit to it and land on the board with 2 feet. And then yeah, so I think that's pretty much everything. Some people, when they do steezy tray flips, when they get really good at them, they can actually do it and then just land on their front foot and then land with their back foot on the board, like later after the board has come back to the ground. So that's much more advanced. That's more difficult. I can't really do that. I could probably do it if I really practiced it some, but anyways, that's the steezy tray, and that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. Those are just some tricks that again, the Nollie heel that I've wanted to learn better. A trick I've wanted to land, which is the Nollie nose manual Nollie flip out. And a trick I've gotten very close to landing, which is the Nollie flip nose manual. And then a kickflip I've always felt good about, which is a kickflip. And then how to do steezy tray flips. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll try to reply to the comments. And that's everything. So have a great day.